What's up, guys? This is DDP, and today I'm going to be talking about the ongoing questions surrounding David Irving and why he's not at the OTA practices for the Cowboys. All that's coming up after the bumper.
Yo, it's me, it's DDP.
So David Irving's drama-filled offseason continues, and really that shouldn't come as any surprise to anyone. From his now ex-girlfriend and baby mama hacking his Twitter account several weeks ago to now a custody battle for his young daughter, it's no surprise that the guy has a lot on his mind. To add to the weight on his shoulders, he's effectively in a contract year as the Cowboys declined to give him a long-term deal and instead placed a second-round tender on him. Now, most people believe that that price tag was small enough that another team surely would have snatched him up before the NFL draft, but that didn't happen. Now, as to why that would be, it would kind of support the Cowboys insiders' belief that there's more going on off the field for David Irving than we're aware of. All the same, his head does not appear to be in a good place right now, and it's totally understandable as to why. Assuming that his repeated absences from OTAs and him coming into OTAs out of shape, assuming that's all tied to his custody battle for his daughter and just the ongoing drama that his ex is putting him through, then I understand it. It doesn't change the fact that we want him out there and that we want him practicing, but it's just been an interesting back and forth in the past few days. It's just a very odd continuation in the whole relationship between David Irving and the Cowboys. So it's worth noting that it's more so the coaches in the organization who are frustrated by David Irving and his continued absences from OTAs. Reports are that within the last week he's missed 3 days of OTAs. Now, the only reason I can figure that the coaching staff would be upset with this would be first if David's not giving them an appropriate heads up, or if it's not so much that they don't know, but rather that they're not pleased with the situation. They're, regardless of whether it's right or wrong, unhappy with his absence. And as such, they're kind of putting it out there into the media that they're frustrated with him. And that could potentially play into contract talks this following offseason. Even if he has another monster year, last year had 7 sacks in 8 games, even if he were to duplicate that or surpass that, and really needs to surpass it because he did that in only half a season last year. If he surpasses it, well, then his price tag's way up there. And if they do want to entertain the idea of bringing him back, perhaps they try and say, you got some off the field stuff that we're not so sure about. How about this is our best offer? And they think that maybe by putting that out there to the media, perhaps they can dissuade some other teams from throwing big money his way as well. That's all total speculation, but we do know the Cowboys, albeit usually Jerry and Steven, like to put things out there into the media to help sell their narrative for them so that they don't have to directly say it to the players. As I mentioned before, David Irving's teammates aren't necessarily as concerned just yet. You have veterans like Tyrone Crawford saying, "David is David. Everybody knows David. That's the dinosaur right there. We're trying to figure him out too and to get him right. He's too big of a talent not to be out on the field." Now, basically what that's saying is, we know when he's here, he's right. He's focused. We just need to get him here. And I think because it's OTAs and it's not mandatory, they're trying to basically view this as, well, give him benefit of the doubt. We'd like to have him here, but it's not crucial yet. I don't know on that one. You have his coaches sending very conflicting messages out there. As I mentioned before, Jason Garrett has himself drawn attention to Irving's absences a couple times now. And Irving lashed out actually today on Instagram. Let me pull that up here, saying, and here's the post here, "I wish the media would tell the truth about why I'm not really at OTAs. I wonder if they even know the real reason. There is no football if there is no me. Gotta help yourself before you help others, right? Just stay tuned for the damn season." Now, that's a really interesting post in itself. Some people are trying to focus on what does he mean by there is no football if there is no me. I'm not worried about that part. He's lashing out at the media, and I feel like he should be lashing out at Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett's the one who threw him under the bus and dragged his name through the mud by bringing this up multiple times. And especially if the coaching staff has been told that he's missing workouts because of this, then there's no reason for Garrett to say that. The fact that Garrett is withholding that context just goes to show that he's basically trying to kind of hurt Irving's image. I don't know what the case is there, but I feel like Irving's frustration is a little misplaced. Now, he could be saying, you know, even if Garrett didn't say it, the media could look into it themselves and correctly report it. And if that's the case, then, you know, he might have a bit of a point there. Someone should dig deeper on this and to get the clarification out there instead of letting this perception run wild, if that's what Irving feels is happening. This perception run wild that he's not putting in the work he needs to put in, and that he's basically no-showing workouts. That is horrible for a player's image. And we're talking about a guy who, again, from all physical standpoints, this dude should be like Zeus. This guy is like, I've called him before, like a unicorn. He is so unbelievably rare with his combination of size, speed, power. I mean, he's an athletic freak, no doubt. The only thing that has ever held him back has been his off-the-field drama and his own kind of boneheadedness. He got kicked off the football team at Iowa State for an incident with this same ex-girlfriend and baby mama, by the way. He got suspended for PEDs last year. You know, he had all the drama this offseason with the baby mama as well. I'm not trying to kill David Irving here. I want to be clear about that. I want this to work with David Irving, but there's so much smoke that we're seeing with this that it's hard to believe there's not some fire as well. Everything from hearing inside the Star, even before they offered the tender, that, hey man, there's a lot of stuff that you guys don't know about. He's basically a ticking time bomb of off-the-field problems. Now, that could have been with regard to this ex-girlfriend, and maybe him cutting her out and getting custody of his daughter fixes that. I don't know. I hope the best for him, because it sounds like this girl's kind of crazy and that she's, you know, really hurt his career aspirations and prospects multiple times in the past. So I hope the best for the situation, but unfortunately we just don't know a whole lot about what's going on with David Irving, and that's really the problem. The Cowboys, if they know, they're not offering up any explanation. And if the media knows, they're only giving us the bad perception. And if David Irving wants to clear it up, like in his Instagram post, like, I wish they would tell the truth about why I'm not there. Okay, David, tell us. Tell us. If you say right there, I've missed the last 3 workouts because I was in custody hearings for my daughter, boom, right there, shuts it down. As soon as that's verified, shuts the whole thing down. The fact that you don't offer up an explanation, I don't know what to make of that. That makes it seem like you're just swinging wildly and lashing out, and I don't think that's the best way to get people off of your case. And that's what you want. You want people to get off of your back and to stop questioning your dedication and your commitment to this team and to this organization. Fair. I want the best for you, big guy. But first things first, like you said, if what you're referring to, and take care of yourself before you take care of others, if you're referring to the situation with your daughter, no doubt, go take care of that. Take care of your daughter, and then when that's done, show up, work your ass off, and prove them wrong. Make them open their pocketbook, and if they won't do it, make someone else do it. That's what it boils down to, man. So that's all the time I got for this video, guys. If you like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As you can see, I'm still trying to kind of fix my setup here. I'm at least back up to the point where I can do videos again, but my computer crash cost me a lot of my software, and some of it's just the time and effort to reinstall things, and then I gotta remake my studio graphic thing I was using. So there's time and effort that's gonna unfortunately go into that stuff that I should have had backed up and apparently didn't. So live and learn, right? Until next time, guys, I've been DDP with a Dallas Prospect. Peace.